Aloha and welcome to Vinyasa Flow Yoga. My name is Katie and this here is Bradley. Today's class is a 60-minute flow and this is going to be a nice morning flow. So it doesn't matter if it's not morning for you right now, but it's just a nice flow that's going to get into the shoulders, the hips, and get the blood flowing. So let's get started. Go ahead and get comfortable on your mat. Make sure you have a nice space set out, free from as many distractions as you can, and come to a nice comfortable seat. So in your comfortable seat, you can be cross-legged, half lotus, full lotus, or even sitting back on your heels or on a pillow. Find whatever is most comfortable for you, and join me here with your eyes closed, and your palms can face up or down on your legs. And as you close your eyes in this nice, comfortable seat, remember at any point you can adjust your seat whenever you need. And take this practice as you need. Listen to your body. And let's begin to align the spine here. So with your eyes closed, just feel your sits bones ground down and towards the earth. So maybe give your hips a nice little wiggle and feel the earth beneath your sits bones. Pull your lower belly up and in, so there's just a gentle tuck of your tailbone. Feel your rib cage draw in gently towards the back of your spine. And as you do that, you might feel the shoulders come forward. So begin to shrug the shoulders up towards your ears. And then roll them all the way down your back. Let's do that 2 more times. Come forward with the shoulders. Shrug them up towards your earlobes. And then roll them all the way down your back. 1 more time. Nice big circle. Forward, up towards your ears, and down and away so that the heart space presses nicely forward out in front of you. Expand through the collarbones. Lift through the crown of your head and just begin to take some gentle tilts of the head side to side. So take your right ear towards your right shoulder, left ear, left shoulder, back up through center, just a gentle tick-tock of the head side to side. Just feel that nice stretch from the shoulder up to the ear, through the trap in the neck. Beautiful. Wherever you are, come back up through center, reach up through the crown of your head, and let's tilt the head back so you lift through your chin, open through your heart space, and exhale, tuck back through your chin, feel the back of the neck elongate. A few more times, just forward and back like an exaggerated nod of the head, yes. Let your chin tuck in and up. Open through the heart, use your breath. Exhale, tuck back in through the chin. One more time with your inhale, lift through your heart, shoulders back. Beautiful, and we'll come back up through neutral, reach through the crown of your head. Feel a nice lightness through the spine here, eyes closed. And as you come to center in on your mat, feeling this new alignment through the spine, let's begin with our breath, the most important part of our yoga practice. So take a deep breath in through your nose. We're going to fill that breath all the way down to the base of the belly. Big breath in. First exhale is out through the mouth. Just let it completely go. Let's do 2 more like that. Big breath in through the nose. Fill your belly. Drink it in all the way down to the base of your belly. Let it go. One more time like that. Big breath in through the nose. Fill up into the belly. Let it puff out like a balloon. Big exhale. Beautiful. Now we're going to inhale in through the nose and exhale out through the nose. Practicing our Ujjayi breathing, our victorious breath. So as you inhale in through the nose, still let that breath travel all the way down to the base of the belly. Let your belly fill up like a balloon. And as you exhale, feel your belly retract back towards your spine. Deep diaphragm breathing. Good. Big breath in through the nose. Feel your belly press out. And exhale out through the nose. Belly retracts back towards your spine. Let it completely go. Begin to lengthen your inhales. Deep breath in. Lengthen your exhales to match. Deep breath out. Begin to create that gentle constriction in the back of the throat as you inhale in. Create that oceanic sound. Beautiful, and let that same sound, that constriction through the back of the throat, exhale your breath out. And as you continue this pattern of breathing, notice that as we control the breath, the thoughts naturally dissipate away on their own. And to assist us through our practice even more, begin to set an intention for your practice. Let this be a dedication to someone or something, maybe other than yourself. Or maybe it's why you are on the mat here in this moment. Whatever comes to mind first, settle on that intention with your breath. Last exhale here. Beautiful. And we're going to begin to move a bit. So if you need to change the direction of your legs, now is a great time to do so. On your next inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. And as you exhale, begin to hinge forward. Just take your hands out in front of you, palms down. Relax through your head and neck. And begin to just dip one shoulder down towards your right knee, opposite shoulder, so maybe left shoulder towards your left knee. And just rock side to side so you feel the side waist opening up. You can even take this motion into the head and neck. So as you dip your left shoulder down to your left knee, maybe your left ear even comes down to the shoulder. So just rock side to side. Feel your hands press down in towards the earth, and let that pressing of the hands in towards your earth in front of you allow the motion to happen. So there's a little bit of push back into those palms as you sway side to side. Maybe begin to work even more into the shoulders. Take some big circles. You can begin to bend the elbows a bit to create some fluidity through the upper thoracic spine. Nice. 2 more breaths here. Just let this feel nice and fluid through the spine. If there's any little creaks or cracks, begin to work those out. Nice. And just come back through center. Take your time. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Big lengthen up. And as you exhale, right arm comes down towards the right side of you. So you reach over to the right side waist stretch. Left side waist lengthens out. Press your left hip down towards the earth. Maybe even look up towards the sky. Reach over. Inhale, let's come back up through center. Reach your arms high to the sky. Opposite side. Exhale, left hand down to the earth beside you. Reach over to the left. Roll your right shoulder back. Maybe even look up towards the sky. Feel your ribcage pull in as you rotate your right shoulder back. Nice job. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Now as you exhale, switch the direction of your legs if you haven't already. And we're going to take our arms out in front of us once more. And we're going to stay here, circle out through the shoulders, come into that same nice circular motion through the shoulders, side to side as your hands reach out in front of you. It's almost like creating a figure 8 through the shoulders, side to side. Circle out, maybe even get into that head and neck, just like we did before. But with our opposite leg on top, you'll feel a different sensation through the low back and through the hips. Take about 2 more breaths here. Opening through the spine, the head and neck. Stay connected to your inhales and exhales. Nice job. Let's make our way back through center as you're ready. Take an inhale with those arms up to the sky. Reach up, look up, create length. And as you exhale, sideways stretch to the right. Right hand down to the earth beside you. Reach over to the right. Roll that left shoulder back. Arch over. Maybe look to the sky. Nice job. Inhale, arms rise up high. Look up, lengthen. Exhale, left side. So left hand down to the earth. Reach over to the left. Roll that right shoulder back. Maybe even look up. Nice. Inhale, arms rise back up to the sky. Now as you exhale, take your hands down to the earth beside you. Uncross your legs and come into a tabletop position on your mat. So as you come into this tabletop, shoulders are just right over the wrists, hips over the knees. Spread your fingers wide, gaze down between your thumbs. Create a nice neutral spine. So you reach through the crown of the head. Pull your lower belly in just gently, so you're creating length. And press your hips back behind you. And keep them right over your knees. Deep breath in here. Feel that nice neutral spine. Now as you exhale, we're going to begin to pull our belly up and in. Tuck through your chin. Look between your thighs. Cat pose. Arch through the spine. As you take your next inhale, roll your shoulders down and away. Let your tailbone tilt up towards the sky and begin to lift through the chin. Look up, cow pose. Beautiful. We'll move between those 2 poses. Inhale. And as you exhale, pull up and in, tuck through your chin. Look between the legs. Nice. Let your inhale breath draw your shoulders back, tailbone high. Undulate through the spine, cow pose, and let your exhale begin your movement as you tuck back up and in. Press your mat away, press through your knees, tuck through your chin. Good job. A few more times. Move with your breath. If you want to find any other motion here, maybe you like to circle the hips back and around. Maybe you like to work into the head and neck and kind of create some nice circular motions through the head and neck space. You can even get into the wrists here if you want to turn your fingers in towards one another or towards the knees and kind of work in towards the forearms and wrists. Get a nice stretch there. Allow yourself to have a little bit of freedom of motion here, especially if this is a morning practice for you. You want to work into those spaces that might still be a little sleepy, a little creaky. Nice. Maybe even gentle twists as you bend one elbow side to side. And this doesn't have to look like anything in particular. Just let your body move freely. I like to make the analogy of moving like a cat when they wake up from a nap. You notice they always kind of stretch one paw back and they work side to side. Doesn't look like anything in particular, but it looks like it feels pretty good. That's what this is right here. Take another breath. Good, and we'll all be back in a neutral spine. Take your time. Let your shoulders come right over your wrists once more, hips over the knees, gaze down between your thumbs. Take a breath in. As you exhale, tuck your toes, press your hips back towards your heels. Feel a nice stretch through the arches of your feet. Really ground through your palms, spread your fingers wide. Begin to press in towards your hands, pull up and in through your belly. One more breath in. As you exhale, begin to lift your hips towards the sky and lengthen your legs. Come into your first downward facing dog. As you're here, begin to lift your hips high. Inhale. Now as you exhale, begin to shift forward into a high plank. Bend your knees, let your knees hover. Exhale, hips towards your heels, and then hips towards the sky. So we're going to move through that 2 more times. Inhale, begin to shift. And we are in downward dog. Hope you are still with me here. Take a big breath in. And we're going to exhale out. Bend your knees. Look to the top of your mat and just take some nice little steps all the way up to the top of your mat. Keep your feet hips width distance. Bend your knees deeply. Relax your head and neck. We're going to take a hold of opposite elbows. Ragdoll arms. So just relax your head and neck in that little window that you've created with your arms. Allow yourself to just sway side to side here. Again, when you wake up in the morning, sometimes you want to get that blood flow going. So nice, gentle movements like these sways, circular motions are so therapeutic for the body. So with your head and neck relaxed, take another full breath in. Feel your belly press towards your thighs, allowing the low back to elongate. Good. And let's release those hands down towards the earth. Tuck through your chin. Bend through your knees. And we're going to roll up to standing. So take your time. Ground through those heels. Let each vertebrae stack one on top of the next. Tuck through your chin. Let your shoulders shrug up towards your ears. And open down the back. Come into your Tadasana pose. So palms are forward, slight tuck of that tailbone as you ground through your heels. And then inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Now as you exhale, we're going to begin to swing our arms down and to the right. So just swing down and to the right, back up to the sky. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the sky. Begin to use your momentum side to side. You can let this motion be fast or slow, whatever feels good, and just feel nice through those shoulders. Nice, and you can begin to come back through center too and kind of twist. So you get a little bit lower through the spine. And just let your energy flow through the fingers. So this just feels nice through the spine. Keep your feet glued though. So you want those hips to face forward as you're swinging your arms side to side. Just get that nice energy through the shoulders and upper spine. Good. Take about 2 more breaths here. Just get that energy flowing, get that blood flowing. Nice. And let's come back up through center. Reach your arms high. Mountain pose. Exhale, soften your knees. Begin to swan dive forward. Forward fold all the way at the top of the mat. Relax the head and neck. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Lift flat spine. Reach through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, plant your palms. Step your feet back into a high plank pose. Keep your shoulders in line with your hips. Gaze down between the thumbs. Engage your core. Deep breath in. Now as you exhale, lower your knees down to the mat. Walk your hands forward. Melt your heart down towards the ground. Anahatanasana, puppy dog pose. So let your heart melt down as you reach your arms forward. Gaze forward if you can. Tilt your tailbone up towards the sky. This is a deep heart opener. Nice. Inhale. Shift onto your forearms. Slide your knees back for Sphinx pose. So your elbows are just slightly in front of your shoulders. Forearms are like the number 11 down in front of you. Ground through your palms. Spread your fingers wide. Feel that nice spread through the collarbones. One more breath. And as you exhale, lower your chest down, tent your hands to the outside of your mat, elbows high and outside. Begin to circle your shoulders side to side. Work into those shoulders. Tilt through the head and neck, maybe even a gentle twist. Again, this doesn't have to look like anything in particular. You're just working into those shoulder sockets. I like to imagine it like you're samba dancing, but you're on your belly, on your mat, doing yoga. Nice, so any of those little crackles and pops, they'll begin to work their way out. One more breath here. Let's come back through center. Take your hands right by your sides. Fingers point forward. Pull your elbows in. Inhale for baby cobra pose. Lift your heart, elbows back, heart forward, shoulders down and away. As you exhale, tuck your toes. Press your hips back towards your heels. And then lift your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. One full breath here. Feel those hips rise high. Now as you exhale, bend your knees, look to the top of the mat, step or even lightly hop all the way up between your hands. Inhale, lengthen just halfway up, lift. Let your fingertips graze your shins, flat spine. As you exhale, forward fold, bend your knees, tuck your chin. We're going to roll up to standing. Let your fingertips feel heavy like dead weights down towards the earth. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Feel each vertebrae stack one on top of the next. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears and open them down the back. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, baby back bend this time. Just bend your elbows, drop your head back, lift through your heart. Inhale, reach your arms high to the sky. Mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive out over the legs. Relax your head and neck. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift, fingertips graze your shins. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back, high plank pose. Take a full breath in here. Now as you exhale, take your knees down to the mat, walk your hands forward, puppy dog pose, Anahatanasana. Gaze forward, heart melts down. Beautiful. Inhale, shift onto your forearms. Slide your knees back, pull your heart through, Sphinx pose. Lift through your heart, shoulders back. Exhale, lower your chest. Tent your hands to the outside of your mat and begin to circle side to side. Work into your free-flowing cobra. Nice. You can even bend a knee and look back at your toes if that feels good. Go side to side. Little gentle twists here. Good. Let's come back up through center. Hands by your sides for cobra pose. Inhale, cobra, elbows back, heart forward. Exhale, tuck your toes, hips to heels, and lift those hips all the way up to the sky, downward facing dog. Full breath in and full breath out. Bend your knees, look to the top of the mat, step or even lightly hop all the way up between your wrists. This time take your feet together. Let your heels and big toes touch. Bend your knees deeply. Put the weight back in towards your heels. Inhale, swoop your arms up towards the sky for chair pose, Utkatasana. Relax the shoulders down and away from your ears, slight tuck of your tailbone. Feel the weight pull back in towards those heels. Deep breath in, just feel the legs wake up. Nice. Now as you exhale, take your hands down to the earth, hips high to the sky, relax your head and neck. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. And as you exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back into a high plank pose. Inhale in. And exhale, knees to the mat. Walk your hands forward, puppy dog pose, gaze forward. Inhale, shift onto those forearms, slide your knees back, Sphinx pose, lift through your heart. Exhale, lower your chest. Inhale, free flowing cobra. Let yourself move in those nice big circles. We'll take a full round of breath here. You might be even higher now. You might have come up a little bit higher through the spine. Maybe you're staying low. Hey, slow yourself back down. Take your hands under your shoulders. Inhale, lift your heart. Cobra pose, elbows point back. Tuck your toes. Exhale, hips to heels and hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Bend your right knee, stack your hips open. Feel that nice opening through that right side. Good. Keep your shoulders squared off. Ground through that left heel. Press in towards your palms. Reach that right knee high. Now as you exhale, we're going to take 3 hip circles. So hug your right knee towards your chest. Open to the right and around. 2 more times. Hug your right knee towards your chest. Open to the right and around. 1 more time. Hug in. Open to the right and around. Nice job. Big breath in. Reach that right knee high. As you exhale, hug your right knee towards your chest. Place your right foot to the top of your mat. Lower your back knee down. Hook your thumbs. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Shoulders back. Ground in towards your right heel. Take a slight tuck of your tailbone as you lift through your heart. Maybe even drop your head back. Feel that big opening through the chest. Exhale. Take your hands down towards the earth. Tense your fingers to either side of your right leg. Shift your hips back. Half splits. Ardha Hanumanasana. Relax through your head and neck. Take a breath to lengthen your spine, shoulders back. And as you exhale, maybe you bow a little closer towards that right leg. Beautiful. Inhale, shift forward. Tuck your back toes. We're going to come right back into our 3-legged dog. Just extend your right leg all the way back up to the sky. Reach it high. And exhale, downward facing dog. You can always feel free to take a vinyasa at those moments as well, if that suits your practice more today. Inhale, let's take our left leg up to the sky. Bend your left knee, stack your hips open. So just feel that initial opening through the back side of your right leg and the inner left hip. And that left thigh. Reach that left knee high. So let's take 3 big circles. Hug your left knee towards your chest. Open out to the left and around. 2 more times. Hug that left knee in. Open to the left and around. Good. 1 more time. Hug your left knee in. Open to the left and around. Reach that left knee high. Exhale. Hug your left knee towards your chest. Place your left foot all the way up to the top of your mat. Hook your fingers. Hook your thumbs. Take your fingers out wide. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Slight tuck of that tailbone. Lift through your heart. So you want to roll your shoulders back. Your biceps pull past your ears. Maybe even look up towards the sky. Feel that nice big opening through the front side of your body. On your next exhale, take your hands down towards the earth. Shift your hips back. Flex your left foot. Come into your half splits. So your hands will tent on either side of your left leg. When you inhale in, lengthen your heart towards your toes. Take an exhale. Fold towards that left leg. Beautiful. We'll take 1 more breath here. Use your inhale breath to lengthen. And your exhale breath to dive in a little bit more. Nice job. Inhale, shift forward into a low lunge. Tuck your right toes. Take your left leg all the way up to the sky. 3-legged dog. Reach it high. Remember, you can always take a vinyasa if you wish. And we'll meet in downward dog. Full round of breath here. Exhale, bend your knees, look to the top of the mat, step or even lightly hop all the way up between your hands. Feet together, inhale, lengthen, halfway up, lift. And as you exhale, forward, fold, relax your head and neck. Bend your knees, inhale, chair pose, reach your arms high to the sky, biceps by your ears, sit low. Exhale, forward fold, relax your head and neck. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen fingertips on the earth or your shins. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back, high plank pose. Pause here. So our hips are in line with the shoulders. Gaze down between your thumbs. Engage through your core. We're going to move through chaturanga. So you can choose to take chaturanga on your knees or full. Either way, your hips stay in line with your shoulders. Inhale in here. Exhale, lower slowly, chaturanga, pull those elbows in halfway. Inhale, scoop through, roll to the tops of your feet, lengthen your arms for upward facing dog. Good, exhale, roll back through your toes, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Let's move through our flow. Inhale, right leg to the sky, bend your right knee, stack your hips open. Exhale, hug your right knee towards your chest. Place your right foot to the top of the mat, lower your back knee down, hook the thumbs, spread your fingers wide. Inhale into your low lunge, roll your shoulders back, look up. Exhale, begin to shift your hips back, press into that right foot, half splits, hands tent by the sides of your right leg. Relax your head and neck. Inhale, shift forward, low lunge, tuck your back toes, send your right leg all the way up to the sky, three-legged dog, reach it high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky, bend your left knee, stack your hips open. Exhale, hug your left knee towards your chest. Place your left foot to the top of your mat. Lower your right knee down. Hook your thumbs. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Roll your shoulders back. Lift. Exhale, hands down towards the earth as your hips press back. Lengthen your left leg. Hold in, half lift. Inhale, shift forward into a low lunge. Tuck your back toes. Left leg all the way up to the sky. Reach it high. Three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. I need time to find my mind. Go ahead. Deep breath in. And exhale out. Bend your knees. Look to the top of your mat. Step. Remember, the more your knees are bent, the more you will allow the low back to decompress. If you know that your hamstrings are particularly open, you can begin to lengthen them a little bit more and feel that stretch through the backs of the legs. Deep breath here. Good, and then release your hands down to the earth and just wiggle those shoulders side to side. Good. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. And exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back, high plank pose. Big breath in. Now this time as we exhale, we're gonna lower all the way down onto our belly. So take your time as you lower. Take a full breath in. Exhale, lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come all the way down to the ground. We're gonna take our right arm out like a goalpost. So a 90-degree bend on that right arm. Palm faces down. Left hand is right underneath your left shoulder. Press in towards your left hand as you begin to roll onto your right hip. So gently roll over to the right. You should feel a deep stretch in that right shoulder through the right pectoral muscle. Pull your left shoulder back. Lean towards that right shoulder. Deep breath. And exhale. Come back onto your belly. We'll switch sides. So your right hand will come under your right shoulder, elbow points back. Left arm is in a 90-degree bend to your left. So just let that elbow come off your mat slightly. Press into your right hand as you roll towards that left shoulder. So roll onto your left hip. You should feel a nice stretch through the front of your left shoulder, left pectoral muscle. Deep breath in. Nice job. Now slowly as you exhale, come back onto your belly. We'll reach our right arm forward. So extend your right arm straight out in front of you. Take your left hand, slide it underneath your right bicep. So both palms are facing down. Left hand reaches over to the right, while the right hand reaches forward. So they're crawling away. Tuck your toes, and you can begin to shift up and over that left shoulder. Let your head and neck relax, so it's like you're almost tucking your chin over that left shoulder. You should feel a nice big opening through that left shoulder blade. We're getting the opposing muscle that we were just stretching. So we open through the heart, through the pectoral. Now we're getting through those shoulder blades, that opposite side. Good, one more breath here. Nice job. As you begin to move out of this slowly, just walk your right hand back first towards your body. Your left hand will come back through center and forward out in front of you. So left hand reaches straight out in front. Right hand will come underneath that left shoulder. Let both hands crawl away from one another. Tuck your toes and allow yourself to just come up and over that right shoulder. You should feel a nice stretch through that right shoulder blade. Relax through your head and neck. I know the throat might feel a little strange, compressed over the front of that right shoulder. It's part of the pose. Just allow yourself to breathe. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Make sure that left shoulder drops down instead of lifting up so that you feel the stretch through the right side. Nice job. Let's come back up. Inhale. Slowly take your time up. Tense your hands to the outside of your mat and let's circle those shoulders out, side to side. If you want, you can even bend your knee, look back towards your toes. Get a little deeper in the quads and the legs and the spine. Good. Lower back down. Take your hands underneath you. Tuck your toes. Press your hips all the way back towards your heels. And then lift your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. And let it go. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Bend your right knee. Stack your hips open. As you exhale, hug your right knee towards your chest. Place your right foot to the top of your mat. Spin your back heel down. Inhale into warrior two. So open your arms all the way out. Windmill open. Bend deep into your front knee. Make sure that right knee is opening out to the right so that when you look down, you can see your right big toe down underneath you. That's how you know you're really getting into that right hip. Relax the shoulders, gaze out over that right middle finger. Find that beautiful equanimity, wake those legs up. Nice. Now inhale, turn your right palm to the sky, reach up and back, reverse your warrior, lengthen through your right side waist, look up. Good. Exhale, lengthen your right leg. Reach your right arm forward as if you're reaching out to grab something. And then tick-tock your arms, right hand down, left arm to the sky, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Stack your shoulders, stack your hips. Right hand can be on that shin, it can be on the earth, on the block. It can even be on that right thigh. It's not about how far you reach that right arm down, it's about how long the spine is. Go ahead, inhale, open through that left shoulder. As you exhale, let's reach our left arm over the crown of the head, bicep by your left ear. Reach through those left fingertips. Feel length through the left side waist. Reach out. Good. Now ground through that right foot. Inhale, rise up, straight legs. Exhale, bend your right knee, windmill hands down to the earth. Spin onto your back toes. Heel toe your right foot over towards your right wrist. So it almost comes all the way off the mat on the right side. Hands right underneath your shoulders. So you're in lizard pose. Roll your shoulders back. Take an inhale. Let your right knee open to the right. As you exhale, gently lower your left knee down. Good. So you might stay right here on your hands on the inside of your right foot. Always make sure your right ankle is under your right knee as you open that knee out. If you want more, you can begin to soften the elbows and begin to fold in a little bit deeper. If you do have blocks, you can always take them underneath the forearms as well to bring the earth closer to you. We're going to relax the head and neck here and just get into those hips. Close the eyes, take a big breath in through the nose. And exhale out. Good, big breath in. Exhale out. One more breath here. So inhale deeply in through the nose. And exhale out. Find the depth of your pose. Good. On your next inhale, if you are on your forearms, begin to crawl up onto your palms. Heel toe your right foot back to center. Shift your hips back. Flex your right foot. Take an inhale, lengthen your heart towards your toes, square off through your hips. And as you exhale, begin to fold into your half splits. Relax through the head and neck. We'll take another few rounds of breath here. So we've been in this pose a few times already. If you know you want to go even deeper by sliding your right heel forward and left knee back, feel free to take these last few breaths in the depth of your pose for your practice. Either way, the heart is leading towards your toes. And when you exhale, those shoulders draw down and away from the ears as you forward fold. We have another full breath wherever you are. Exhale it out. Nice job. Let's inhale, shift forward. Low lunge. Heel toe your right foot over to the left side of your mat now. So heel toe that right foot all the way over. Let your right knee gently lay down by your right wrist. Now remember, if there's anything going on in that right knee, come onto your back for thread the needle. If you are joining me in pigeon pose, hands are by your sides. Lift through your heart, square your shoulders forward. And as you exhale, begin to melt your heart forward. Make your way down, if that's appropriate for your practice, into your pigeon pose. Keep those hips squared off. So the left hip, drop it towards your right heel even more. So you keep those hips evenly pressing down towards the ground. Stay connected to your breath here. Let every inhale Draw life and prana, life force energy into the body while every exhale melts you closer towards the earth and lets you let go even more. Pigeon pose is a wonderful time to come back to your intention. Remember your focal point and also why you are on the mat. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Last full breath in. Last full breath out. Now take your time moving out of this posture. With your inhale, just crawl your hands up. Take your time here. Tuck your back toes and let your right leg just rise all the way up to the sky. Reach it high, circle that right knee out. Take some big hip circles. Reach that right knee up towards the sky, open out wide. You can stay right here, just opening through the hip if you have the space and it's in your practice. You can flip your dog as well. Let your right toes drip down towards the opposite side of your mat. Reach your right arm forward, hips to the sky, shoulders to the sky. Flip your dog. Relax through your head and neck. Reach up and over and take this nice back bend and sideways stretch. Good. If you are flipping your dog, take your time. Right hand comes down towards the earth. Right leg back up to the sky and lower it back down. Downward facing dog. Beautiful job. Let's move on to that left side. Inhale your left leg high to the sky. Bend your knees. Stack your hips open. Exhale, hug your left knee towards your chest. Place your left foot to the top of your mat. Spin your back heel down. Inhale, open, warrior two. Good. Relax through those shoulders. Get low in that front knee. Let your left knee open out to the left so that you can see your left big toe down underneath you. That's how you know that you are in that nice hip opening warrior two. Get a little bit lower. Ground through that back foot. Beautiful. Inhale, left palm to the sky. Reach up and back. Reverse your warrior. Lengthen through your left side waist. Stay deep in your front knee. Exhale, come back through center. Lengthen your left leg. Inhale, reach forward out in front of you. So that left arm reaches all the way out. And then tick-tock your arms. Left hand down. Right arm to the sky. Stack your hips. Stack your shoulders, triangle pose. So remember that left hand can even be on your thigh. It can be on the earth or on the shin, even on a block. Stack your shoulders, gaze up towards that right thumb. Good. Now reach your right arm over the crown of your head, bicep by your right ear. Reach forward, lengthen through that right side waist. Ground through your feet. Feel that nice opening through the right side. Good. Now on your next inhale, rebend your left knee, rise all the way back up into warrior two. And as you exhale, windmill your hands all the way down to the earth. Spin onto your back toes. Lower your right knee down. Heel toe your left foot over to the left side of your mat. So we're working into, keep your back knee lifted. We did on the other side. Heel toe that left foot over to the left. Hands right under the shoulders. Reach through the crown of your head. So feel that nice length through the hips, strength through that back leg. As you open that left knee out, take a breath in. Hands are right under your shoulders. Exhale, now lower your right knee down. And if you want to get deeper into this lizard pose, you can feel free to stay right here with your hands under your shoulders. But if you want to go any deeper, you can begin to bend your elbows. Maybe come onto your forearms. And relax through the head and neck. And we're going to take a couple deep rounds of breath here. Let's work into those hips. Nice opening so the rest of your day. You feel a lightness through the body. If you're still up on your hands, maybe try bending the elbows to get a little bit deeper into that hip. And that left knee will open out to the left. Good. Now as you inhale, take your time. If you're on your forearms, begin to meet everyone back with their hands underneath their shoulders. And gently begin to heel toe your left foot to the center of your mat. Shift your hips back. Flex your left foot for half splits. So your hands will tent on either side of that left shin. Inhale, lift through your heart, reach through the crown of your head. Square your shoulders and hips off. As you exhale, begin to forward fold a little bit deeper towards that left leg. Remember, you're always leading through your heart towards your toes. And every exhale, you'll get a little bit deeper towards the leg. If you did so on the other side, if you began to slide that left heel forward and your right knee back, allow yourself to work into the same depth that you did on the opposite side. Balance the body out. 2 more breaths here. Keep those hips squared off. Nice job. Begin to shift forward into a low lunge. Heel toe your left foot over to your right wrist. We're setting up for pigeon pose. So again, if there's anything going on in that left knee, come onto your back for thread the needle. Otherwise, begin to take your left heel towards your right hip. Square your shoulders and hips off out in front of you. Lift through your heart, shoulders back, big breath in. As you exhale, begin to melt forward to your degree. Maybe you come to your forearms. Maybe you melt all the way down. Let your head and neck relax. Good. Feel yourself melt towards the legs, towards the earth. And now is a wonderful time to come back to your intention. Refocus the breath, refocus through the mind. And it's completely natural that the mind wanders and things come in and out. Just allow yourself to let go of those thoughts rather than become attached. Oftentimes we become attached to one thought that spirals into so many other things that we don't need to be worrying about. So just notice what thoughts come in, recognize them. Just begin to let them go, just as easily as they came in. Square those hips off. Take 2 more breaths. Feel that nice opening through that left piriformis. Let your inhales draw energy into those spaces. And let your exhales release. Good. Your next inhale, begin to walk your hands up. Take your time. Move slow. Be gentle with the body. Tuck your back toes. And send your left leg all the way up to the sky through 3-legged dog. Open your hips out. Take some hip circles. Get some blood flow back into that hip socket. We just got really deep into those hips. If you did so on the other side, if you flipped your dog, lift your left knee high to the sky. Open your hips out and let that left foot just drip all the way down to the opposite side. Both toes, all 10 toes, spin to the back of the room. Left arm reaches up and over the crown of the head. Relax through the head and neck. Ground through that right hand. Lift through your hips. A nice back bend here. Flip your dog. Relax through the head and neck. Gently take your time. Left hand will guide you back into your downward dog with your left leg high to the sky. Spin your toes back forward. And lower left foot down to meet the right. Downward dog. Take a full breath in.
Let's exhale out the mouth. Let it go. Good. Let's lower our knees down towards the earth. Yes, you made it all the way down to the ground. Cross your ankles behind you. Shift back over your heels and extend your legs out long. Flex through your feet. And I think Bradley's already in Shavasana for quite some time now. Inhale your arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, hinge forward. So just hinge at an angle. Lead your heart towards your toes. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Flex through those feet. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, forward fold out over the legs. Relax your head and neck. Beautiful. Let the upper half of your body feel heavy and limp towards your legs. It's okay if the knees need to bend a little bit. Just allow yourself to forward fold in. You can even have your hands tented on either side of the knees and your shoulders back and just lean forward if this is where you're at. Wherever you are, you will feel a nice opening through the low back, through the hamstrings. Just keep those feet flexed. Surrender in here. Good. Let's inhale, rise up. Exhale, take your hands by your sides. Scoot your hips forward. Bend your knees. Take the soles of your feet together, knees apart for butterfly pose. Scoot your hips close up towards those heels. Hands interlace around your feet. Roll your shoulders down and away. Lift up through your heart. Create length through the spine. Big breath in. Exhale, hinge forward. Let the elbows press your knees away. Heart towards your toes. Relax your head and neck. Feel a big opening through the inner hip, the low back. You can use those hands as leverage and your elbows to kind of manipulate the knees away from you to get deeper in towards the hips. But if you're particularly open in this pose, you can always reach your arms forward and stretch out long in front of you. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Inhale, lift up, reach your arms forward out in front of you. As you exhale, just begin to roll all the way down. Keep your feet and legs as they are. We're going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana, recline, butterfly pose. Take your time all the way back down to the ground. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. Hands can come on your hips or by your sides. Deep breath in. And exhale out. Good. Begin to close your knees together like a book. Take your right knee towards your chest. Extend your left leg long out in front of you. Hug your right knee deeply in. As you exhale, take your right knee over to the left, right arm out to the right. Twist your spine. Keep your shoulders down on the earth. Feel that nice decompression through the low back. Good. Let's inhale back through center. Hug your knees towards your chest. Extend your right leg long. Hug your left knee in. And then take your left knee over to the right. Left arm out to the left. Gaze to the left. Keep your shoulders down on the earth. Good. Take your time, slowly come back up through center. Hug both knees deep in towards your chest. Give them a squeeze. Hug deeply in. Forehead might even come up towards your knees. Squeeze up into a tiny little ball. And then as you exhale, let your legs go, let your arms go. Come into your Shavasana. Let go of all control of the breath. Let go of all control of the body. And just allow yourself to be in this space. Now, if you have the gift of time, please stay in your Shavasana as long as you would like today, as long as you need. Allow this meditative state to rejuvenate you. If you would like to move about with your day, feel free to wiggle your fingers and toes. Reach your arms up and overhead as if you are just waking up for the first time today. Give yourself a beautiful long stretch from your hands to your toes. And begin to roll off to either side of your body. Keep those eyes closed. Keep your mind quiet as you crawl yourself up into a nice easy seat, just as we began class. Once you make your way into a nice seat, hands can come to heart center if that feels nice for you. Press your palms firmly towards one another. Feel that energy between the hands. Bow your chin. Take a moment here. Remember your intention made at the beginning of class, your focal, your reason why you are here. And let's honor the light that dwells within each and every one of us. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. I hope you enjoyed practice. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you can hit that little bell that's right next to it to know when I go live. If you ever have any questions or want to know anything about yoga or just want to chat or drop a line, you can reach me at Katie Marie Yoga on Instagram as well, or even just leave a comment here. Again, thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Aloha.